Business Matters, presented by the Guamanian Magazine.
It's known as the President's Watch. The iconic Rolex Day-Date is celebrating 60 years as one of the favorite timepieces of the rich and famous. It was introduced in 1956 and has graced the wrists of presidents from John F. Kennedy to Lyndon Johnson to Dwight D. Eisenhower. Its reputation for quality and craftsmanship continue to make it one of the most sought-after watches, according to Angel Mendoza, president of DKSH-Caronel Guam, the local distributor.
It's a little bit different from selling a regular watch with selling a Day-Date, because Day-Date and Rolex in general sells itself. We just want to make it available, the piece that they want available for them.
Rolex created a special exhibition to celebrate the Oyster Perpetual Day-Date watch. It was unveiled by DKSH at the Caronel Rolex boutique at the Tumon Sands Plaza. Yves Melan is the Rolex area sales manager. He says through the display, customers can learn all about the 6-decade history of the Day-Date.
Then you will have an explanation on the different faces. As I was saying before, combinations are really great, and this allows the purchaser to personalize his model to his own taste. And finally, you have a touch screen here. You can play with it later on, explaining the different functions of the different improvements that were brought to the caliber. The reversing wheels gives more energy as well to this movement, and today we went up from 50-hour power reserve to 70-hour power reserve.
But the 60th anniversary of the iconic watch comes at a time when the global industry is in a slump. Rolex, according to DKSH Vice President for Luxury and Watches Frank Giacobini, is one of the few brands that is bucking the current downturn. He explains that the luxury watch market has been riding a wave of unsustainable growth.
There is always up and downs, and I think the last years the growth of the watch market was quite uncommon, not really reasonable, so we're coming back to what I would say a normal growth, normal industry. And of course the whole industry is driven by the Chinese purchasing watches everywhere. So the Chinese are decreasing their purchase everywhere, basically. So that's the reason why we are seeing a stabilization or a little decrease of the market. But again, we are comparing it, and we are lucky to an industry which was used to see double-digit growth.
Giacobini says Rolex has been able to sustain itself because it has built a strong base of faithful customers over the years.
We always say the devil is in the detail, and you will see with Rolex that the beauty is in the detail. I think that's something which is interesting to see. So I think for companies who have such a long history, who are selling a product with such a high level of quality, in the end of the day, a crisis doesn't mean anything save becoming stronger at the end. Because of course, once the crisis is over, the stronger are even stronger, and I think it's something which is also positive for the market.
Giacobini says there will always be customers willing to spend extra for a nice watch, and Rolex is the ultimate symbol of excellence and prestige, he says.
It's a pleasure having a watch. It's for every man, it's the only jewel they can wear. So that's a long trend, and that's the reason why I think there is no reason to be worried for the future. It's only a difficult moment which should pass quickly.
And company executives believe the industry turnaround will come sooner rather than later, and that the medium to long-term prospects are good.
The industry is right now suffering, but everyone is positive about the future. Of course, it's difficult those days, but it's something which should not stay for a long time. I mean, we will hope, basically, but it's true that there are more and more people who are... the world is getting richer and richer. Even people complain, but it's the fact that there are more and more people who can access luxury, who can access watches.
By the way, the new watches are here just in time for Christmas. If you're shopping for that man who has everything, prices start at $21,000 up to $65,000 or more, depending on your choice of gold or platinum bracelets and diamonds or precious jewels for the dial. For KOM's Business Matters, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Business Matters, presented by the Guamanian Magazine.